Lightning was flashing in the sky, and many wild men were running away in fear. Among them was a thin man, rushing ahead. Suddenly, lightning struck him, and he died right in front of everyone. Seeing him die, the others fled from there in fear. The next day, all the men gathered around a fire. While they were sitting together, a chameleon came near them. One of the men grabbed it and threw it into the fire, waiting for it to cook. The chameleon burned to ashes, and the men sat around the fire in a joyful mood. The following day, in the freezing cold, some people from another tribe came to them to ask for fire. The wild men spotted these strangers approaching and became alert. One of the outsiders requested fire and came closer, shivering from the cold, but the wild men were afraid of him. He pleaded again, and finally they handed him a bone. Grateful, he took the bone and left. The wild men felt very pleased with themselves. The next day, the wild men were playing a game with their hands when one of them accidentally injured his hand. He cried out in pain, but his companions just laughed at him. Then the outsider returned and took a tool from them before leaving. The wild men continued to enjoy themselves. As night fell, they sat around the fire. Once again, the outsider came back and took a bamboo stick from them before leaving. Over time, he had managed to acquire many items from the wild men. One day, the wild men sat around a fire, cooking something. Suddenly, rain began to fall, putting out their fire. One man even blew on it, making sure it went out completely. The next day, they waited eagerly for the fire to be lit again. Then, one of them spotted smoke rising from a distance and showed it to the others. Delighted, they headed towards the smoke. When they arrived, they found the people from the other tribe sitting comfortably by a fire and using their belongings to make something. Furious, the wild men attacked, taking over their shelter and killing them. Just as they were about to eat, a loud lightning bolt flashed across the sky, frightening them all.